I've had some questions about number 6 from our assignment involving limits, and so I want to take a little bit of time to talk about this problem. We're given the graph of g and the graph of f, and we're asked to find the limit of this composition g of f of x. So it might help if we have a law or a rule to help us with compositions so that we can apply it here. So let's take a look at the rule first, and then we'll see how we can apply it. So the rule for limits of compositions is as follows. If you want to know the limit as x approaches some value c of f of g of x, oops, I'm just taking some time here to write this stuff out. That's going to equal f of the limit of x as x approaches c of g. So what happens is we move that limit in on the function g, we do the limit on g, we get an answer, and then we plug that answer into f. Oops, I did it again, just like Britney Spears there. Let's try this. All right, there we go. Okay, so this is the rule. The limit as x approaches c of f of g of x is really f of the limit as x approaches c of g of x. In practical terms, what that means is you are going to do this limit and get a value. That's some answer L. And then you're going to plug L into function f. And you'll get the y value from that one. Now, there's a couple of issues. Let's go back and look at our problem. Actually, no, let me just write it on the side here. Our problem was the limit as x approaches, what is it, -1 of g of f of x. So they did the old switcheroo on us. The letters are not in the right position. So what you need to remember is whatever letter is here ends up out on the front there. And whatever letter is here on the inside ends up being the one you do the limit on. So keeping that in mind, we're going to do the limit on f and then plug the answer into g. Let's take a look at it on the next slide. So we're back at the original problem. Remember, they've done a switcheroo with us on the letters. We are looking for the limit as x approaches -1 of g of f of x. Based on our rule, the limit of as x approaches -1 of g of f of x is equal to g stays on the outside, of the limit as x approaches -1 of f of x. So we're going to figure out this limit and use that answer in function g. Okay, so let's start with the limit. We're looking at function f, which is over here on the right. We're interested in what's happening at -1, and we want to know the behavior of the function as it gets close to -1. So if you're checking out that limit, we basically check both sides with our fingers. Both of those sides are limits are 2, so the answer to this limit is 2. That means I need to find g of 2 to get the answer to the problem. So I do the limit of f. I figure out that that limit is 2. And I plug 2 into the function g. So to find g of 2, I go over here on the x-axis to 2, and I figure out the y value, and that y value is 1. So I'm going to say, oops, let me just change my highlighter color here. I'm going to say that the limit as x approaches -1 of g of f of x is 1. Because I figured out the limit on f was 2, and I plugged 2 into the function g, and the y value is 1. Hopefully that cleared it up. And then if I see you again, you can ask me more questions. Take care.